So it seems that the universe in which we exist is a combination of a holographic universe, a mathematical universe, a quantum universe, an electric universe, a plasma universe, a radio universe, and so forth and so forth, as small parts of a larger technoverse. With regard to the magnetic universe, our body needs magnetic energy. I will focus on the electromagnetic component of the universe. The universe is a machine that produces the forces of electromagnetism. This includes the biological machinery of humans. All organisms and cells and humans at large produce their own electromagnetic fields. These electromagnetic fields are the same types produced by radio antennas. Humans are antennas, our organs are antennas, our DNA are antennas, transceiver antennas. I am going to repeat myself in this video many times, I believe, but the galaxies and the planets are also antennas. The universe is made of a system of antennas, transceiver antennas for electromagnetic fields. The electromagnetic field produced by humans is essentially a radio signal. The same could be said for the electromagnetic field produced by planets like Earth, the living moons, and the galaxies. We have a system of electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields. This is the same dynamic as a source relay destination system. You have to have an attention span here, folks, because what I am telling you is the most significant thing since it was discovered that the Earth was round. The purpose of this video, by the way, is to convince you that the universe is pure technology and a technological megaplex that defies the imagination. The Earth is a radio transceiver unit. All life on Earth, especially humans, are radio transceiver units. Humans are also sensor units. Planets like Earth and living moons are also sensor units, radio transceiver units. All galaxies are also radio transceiver units, sensor units. The electromagnetic field lines / coils produced by organisms like humans, by planets, by galaxies are identical to radio transceiver rings as well as sensor rings. The universe in which we exist is pure technology. The universe is a technoverse made of bits and pieces of technology that will be discussed in this video. Because any way you analyze the universe, you will see technology. The solar system is the equivalent of a multi-band transceiver unit. The galaxies are also radio transceivers. The coils are the key words here. The rings are key words here. The galaxies are mere images of planar spiral antennas and biosensors and other technologies. The resemblances between the technologies in this video and the heavenly bodies in this video are uncanny. The galaxies, the planets, and so forth, not only are they shaped like the technology that I'm comparing them to, but they also produce the same types of electromagnetic fields. The visible and invisible, internal and external structure and dynamics of the planets, the galaxies, are mere images
of radio technology, sensor technology, including radio frequency identification technology, computer technology, and other technologies. The technology that makes up the Technoverse generally is so large and so sophisticated that we do not even recognize it as technology. It also needs to be said that the galaxies are particle accelerators, /cyclotrons/synchrotrons. Earth is a particle accelerator /cyclotron inside the particle accelerator of the Milky Way galaxy. We have a technoverse of machines inside machines inside machines inside machines inside the machine of the Technoverse. These cyclotrons within cyclotrons, particle accelerators, are basically self-powered. And the primary source of their power is the core at the center of the Earth, the galaxy, what have you. This core is a mirror image of a radar magnetron. The interior of planets like Earth, especially with regard to their cores are mirror images of radar magnetron cathodes. Radar magnetrons turn electrons into microwaves and are used to track aircraft or anything else for that matter. Commercial airlines use them, the military uses them. The interior of the Earth is a radar unit. The Earth produces the same type of electromagnetic field produced by radio antenna and radar antennas. The cores of the Earth are antennas, radar, cathodes. The cores of the Earth and planets like Earth are also sensors. Radar is a form of sensor, by the way. The cores of the Earth are also computer processors. The cores of planets like Earth, the turning and churning movement of these cores are what produce electromagnetic fields. These cores are largely molten and made of iron, magnesium, zinc, copper, nickel, and other elements used to produce computer equipment, sensor equipment, and so forth. Even the layers of the Earth, including the geochemical composition of the layers of the Earth and the sequence of the layers of the Earth, are mirror images of sensor chips, computer chips, transistor chips, as well as computer disks and other pieces of technology. The Earth and planets like Earth are fusions of sensor technology, communications technology, computer technology, biosensor technology. But the cores of the Earth and the other planets and living moons produce electromagnetic fields. These electromagnetic fields are the same types produced by sensor equipment, scanner equipment, communications equipment, computer equipment. The suns play many roles in the Technoverse, and so do many of the outer planets, as far as the sun's role as some kind of optical read-write head. The gas giants with the gigantic rings, like Saturn and Uranus, could be optical pickup diodes, analyzers, scanners, and so forth. But the Earth is some kind of rotating storage medium, and this includes a biodisk drive The Earth is a computer drive merged with a biodisk drive. Biodisk drives operate under the same principle of computer drives. Insofar, they have a medium that is used to store cells and other organisms, but the Sun is a write head. The Sun writes DNA. Insofar DNA mutates in the UV rays, DNA is structurally identical to computer code because both are binary code. The galaxies and the solar systems are pure technology. The purpose of this video is to convince you that the universe is a technoverse and some kind of computational biology and bioinformatics grid. The universe is a technoverse, a wireless computer sensor telecommunications data mining and fusion grid. The universe could also be considered a biomeomes grid, a micro-optical electromechanical system. The galaxies, the planets, the living moons are mere images of Wi-Fi equipment, radio frequency identification equipment, radar equipment, radio equipment, sensor equipment, most of which produce electromagnetic fields. Most heavenly bodies produce dipole electromagnetic fields, including the human body. These electromagnetic fields permeate the technoverse. We have a system of electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields. Humans exist inside the electromagnetic field of the Earth, all of which exist inside the electromagnetic field of the Sun, all of which exist inside the electromagnetic field of the Milky Way galaxy, all of which exist inside the electromagnetic field of the universe, all of which presumably exist inside the electromagnetic field of the technoverse. This system of electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields, magnetic spheres inside electromagnetic spheres is a mirror image of a source relay destination diagram. Let's examine the source of these electromagnetic fields. We've already discussed how the cores play multiple roles as sensor equipment, radio equipment, radar equipment. We've already discussed the rotation and churning movements of Earth's core, which are instrumental in producing electromagnetic fields of the type produced by radio equipment, radar equipment, and so forth. The cores of the Earth and the other planets are bits and pieces of technology that defy the imagination. The cores play multiple roles, as you could see. Earth's core plays the role as geodynamo. The Sun's core plays the role as a solar dynamo. The galactic cores play the roles as galactic dynamos. And the turning and churning movements of these cores are instrumental in producing electromagnetic fields, mostly dipole electromagnetic fields. But deep beneath your feet is pure technology. Earth's core plays more roles than you can shake a stick at. The base elements in Earth's core can also be found in trace amounts in the bodies and bones of all life on Earth. The magnetic field produced by Earth's core is pulsating through all life on Earth and resonating with the magnetic fields produced by all life on Earth. The cores of the Earth and Earth-like planets and living moons that harbor life are probably picking up information on these life forms, pulling in information and distributing this information through the electromagnetic field lines of the planets, the moons, and so forth. This information is probably being distributed out into the solar systems and out into the rest of the Technoverse. But we have a system of radar inside radar, sensors inside sensors, antennas inside antennas, all of which are bits and pieces of the Technoverse. The Technoverse is a piece of technology that produces life forms as well as analyzes and scans these life forms, not just at the molecular level, cellular level, and so forth, but at the psychological level as well. Humans are probably being manipulated through the electromagnetic fields. The electromagnetic fields are the mediums through which the engineers of the Technoverse keep track of each and every organism throughout the Technoverse. The planets in the solar system probably pick up information on the Earthlings. This information is probably transmitted via the solar system out into the rest of the local group of galaxies and on down the line. The technologies that are being analyzed in this video are dedicated to studying organisms at the cellular genetic level, as well as the psychological and emotional level. The Technoverse reads and writes genetic information just like computers read and write digital information. The Technoverse is a machine that defies the imagination. The engineers of the Technoverse are analyzing and scanning and computing you upside down and inside out from all different directions. In the meantime, as previously discussed, the cores of the planets, the living moons, are computer cores, antenna cores, sensor cores. The cores of the suns appear to play the same roles. The cores of the galaxies, the planets, the suns are mere images of technology, radar technology, sensor technology, communications technology. The solar systems, like everything else in the universe, play multiple roles. The solar systems are some kind of relay. They operate not unlike a satellite dish array. The same could be said for the local groups of galaxies. The solar systems and the groups of galaxies are near mirror images of each other. They serve as communications equipment, sensor equipment, computer equipment, as well as relays for this equipment as small parts of networks of technology. Even the organization of the planets, the galaxies, and the moons are mere images of the organization of relay networks and other bits and pieces of technology that will be further discussed in this video. The suns are plasma antennas. Plasma antennas use electrons to serve as the antenna as opposed to metal structures. The galaxies are also plasma antennas. And also bear in mind that most of the universe is plasma. In a roundabout way, the electromagnetic field, including the photonic element of the electromagnetic field in the human body, is a mirror image of some kind of plasma antenna. The electromagnetic dynamics between the Earth and the organisms on the Earth are mere images of the dynamics of radio transceivers, radar units, radio frequency identification units, sensor units, and so forth, including computers. The electromagnetic fields of the organisms on the Earth are influenced by the electromagnetic fields produced by the Earth and by the Sun. It's possible that most of the personalities of humans are really not their own. It's possible that humans are avatars for ETs. The electromagnetic fields produced by the suns, the planets, the living moons, the galaxies are interacting with the electromagnetic fields of the organisms anywhere near them. The universe is a machine for producing electromagnetic radiation, including the types of radiation used in radar equipment, sensor equipment, computer equipment, and all other technology, most of which has just been developed within the last 100 years. Half has been developed within the last 50 years. But any way you analyze the structure and dynamics, interior and exterior, visible and invisible dynamics of the galaxies, the planets, the moons, you will see technology. Technology is everywhere throughout the universe. All you have to do is look. Each and every solar system is a fusion of technology, computer technology, sensor technology, and so forth. The solar systems, I believe, are some kind of biosynthesizer and behavioral monitoring and modification grids and fusions of technology. The solar systems are organized like networks. Radio networks, computer networks, sensor networks, radar networks, and other networks. The solar systems are organized like networks. Networks inside networks. The system of networks include the local group of galaxies. Local groups of galaxies are mirror images of solar systems, and for they're structured the same. They have the same chemical compositions, and they're also organized like radio networks, computer networks, sensor networks, radar networks, not to mention data acquisition networks. This especially includes networks with star topography, where you have these things that orbit around a central. The Milky Way would be the central node in the local group of galaxies. The solar system, our solar system, the sun would be the central node in the network of the solar system, inside the network of the local group of galaxies. But any way you dice and slice and analyze and scan the universe, you will see technology, communication networks, sensor networks, computer networks, and this includes Wi-Fi networks. We have a system of networks inside networks inside networks. All of these networks are technology networks. The way the stars are organized are mirror images of the structure and dynamics of computer equipment, sensor equipment, communications equipment, and other equipment. But the suns play multiple roles. The suns are antennas. The suns are cathodes, light-emitting diodes, and other sources of hard and soft radiation that are produced by the universe. The radiation pattern of each and every sun in the universe is distributed outward omnidirectionally. These billions and billions of suns are part of some kind of optical / photonic / quantum computer network, sensor network, and other networks. But the organization of the stars are mirror images of the organizations of technology networks, each of which is a small part of the larger Technoverse, which is a piece of technology that defies the imagination.
The stars might also be some kind of teleportation grid for ETs or other entities in the Technoverse.
The stars that surround the Earth produce the same dynamic as a distributed sensor network, with Earth as the target of this network. The hard and soft radiation produced by the stars that make up the zodiacal belt is bombarding and passing through all life on Earth. This especially includes the hard radiation like X radiation, neutron radiation, gamma radiation, and other forms of soft and hard radiation that is bombarding and passing through all life on Earth. This radiation produced by the stars is a mirror image of the types of radiation used in sensor equipment and computer equipment, including as well as integrated sensor units. Humans are some kind of quantum computer, a biological quantum computer, so it seems. And I know that a lot of the assertions in this video are apocryphal.
But it also seems that humans and other organisms are radio frequency identification tags. Their brains would be the computer, or the chip. The electromagnetic field produced by humans would be the antenna. The same could be said for the Earth. The Earth is an RFID tag. Its core is the computer chip. The same thing could be said for the Milky Way galaxy. And this system forms the previously mentioned system of electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields. The universe / multiverse is organized like the internet. The galaxies and the stars are distributed like the internet, the cloud network, the Ethernet. And whether or not the universe / multiverse has some kind of core at its center doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that the galaxies and the stars are distributed like the internet. We have a system of networks inside networks inside networks inside networks. This system of networks inside networks inside networks includes the neural net of the organisms throughout the universe. The brains of organisms throughout the universe also produce electromagnetic fields, which brings us back to our system of electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields, in which the human brains and hearts play a role, each of which produce its own unique electromagnetic field. The electromagnetic fields produced by the human minds / brains and hearts enable the engineers of the Technoverse to have some kind of idea what the organisms in the universe are feeling and thinking. The electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields overlap into the equivalent of integrated radar networks, sensor networks, computer sensor networks. We have a system of electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields, spheres inside spheres, networks inside networks inside networks. The system of electromagnetic fields and networks enable the engineers of the Technoverse to keep track of each and every organism in the Technoverse. This includes each and every planet, each and every galaxy, each and every universe, all of which are essentially computer units, sensor units, and other technologies that make up the Technoverse. It's not out of the question that all planets, all galaxies, all universes, as well as humans and other organisms are data storage devices, computing devices, and transmission devices. Here are some key words that pertain to this video. Integrated remote wireless sensor and telecommunications and computer networks, quantum computing and networking, autonomous biosensor computer networks, radio physics and quantum electronics. The universe/multiverse, as previously noted, is a computational biology and bioinformatics grid. The biosensor component of the Technoverse is basically comprised of more biosensor types than you can imagine. The dynamics between and among the planets, the suns, the moons are mere images of the dynamics of biosensor equipment. And this includes spectrographic equipment. Spectrographs are just another instrument used by doctors and scientists to study organisms and cells at the molecular and genetic levels. There are more types of spectrography out there than you can imagine. The universe is made of billions of spectroscopes. This includes the human eye, up to the spectroscope of the solar systems. The solar systems are spectroscopes, so it seems. The organization of the stars around other stars are also mirror images of the organization of spectroscopes. We have a system of spectroscopes inside spectroscopes inside spectroscopes. Spectrography is used in optical, magnetic, computer, and biodisk drives. The organization of the planets and the suns relative to each other are mere images of optical, magnetic, microsphere resonator spectroscopes. These are the equivalent of spherical computer drives and biodisk drives. All life on Earth are computer programs on these drives. All life on Earth are the equivalent of surface plasmon, nanoparticles, biosensors inside the biosensor of the Earth. There are many types of spherical biosensors out there, but the ones that interest us are the ones with the electromagnetic ring structure. These are biosensors of all applications whereby the forces of light and magnetism are used as excitation and analytics agents. The ring structures of the Earth and the previously mentioned microspheres are mere images of the ring structures of radar magnetrons, as well as radio transceiver rings, sensor rings. All life on Earth are something akin to surface plasmons. These are receptors
used by doctors and scientists to diagnose and treat disease. The forces of light and magnetism are used to modulate the behavior of surface plasmons. The solar system is a machine for generating the forces of light and magnetism. Surface plasmons are in part used as remote biosensors. Humans are remote biosensors. The human senses are the equivalent of optical sensors, gas sensors, audio sensors, and so forth. Humans are also antennas. The human brain, the human heart, the human body are antennas. The Earth is an antenna. The Sun is an antenna. The Milky Way is an antenna. Humans are antennas, and I believe that humans are antenna-coupled remote multi-sensors, multi-biosensors. Humans are probably relaying telemetry to the engineers of the Technoverse somewhere. And these engineers could very well be remote controlling humans, either selectively or collectively. Even the individual organs in the human body produce their own electromagnetic fields. The engineers of the Technoverse are probably monitoring people's life signs, including their emotional states of mind, not to mention their physical condition. Humans are data storage and transmission devices, organic data storage and transmission devices, and little more than glorified androids or robots. The electromagnetically active planets of Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Jupiter are called the gas giants because they are many times bigger than the Earth, and mostly made of gases like hydrogen, methane, chlorine, sulfur, and other gases that I suspect are of the same chemical composition as optical/photonic, etc. sensors and analyzers, including photodiodes and other types of sensors, especially those with luminous detection surfaces. Which brings us to the similarity between the luminous atmospheres of the gas giants and the luminous nature of optical/photonic sensor/detector/analyzer diodes, etc. The rings of Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Jupiter are also made of highly metallic and potentially reflective dust, meteorites, ice, and so forth, that appear to form some kind of mirror array for the spectrographic component of the solar systems, plus radio communications/radar deflector/receiver dishes/antennas, and so forth. I read somewhere that the rings of the gas giants deflect radar pulses. It is also significant that the base metals and other elements in the human body and in Earth's atmosphere are more or less the same as the metals and chemicals used by doctors and scientists as contrasting agents, tracers, biomarkers, biotags, and so forth in medical and scientific imaging equipment, including MRIs, PET, and CAT scanners, and related biological imaging equipment. The dynamics of this equipment are near mirror images of the dynamics that transpire between the Sun, the Earth, and the rest of the planets. The solar systems, I believe, are fusions of technology, including biological sensing and imaging technology, fused with computer and radio communications technology and other technologies that are all fused together into what we call solar systems. But any way you analyze the universe, you will see technology, sensor technology,
communications technology, computer technology, and other technologies. Much of the technological nature of the universe is basically hidden beneath and behind quadrillions and quadrillions and quadrillions of megatons of fire and ice and rock and water, dirt, and the rest of the natural elements. Part of the technological nature of the universe is also hidden and cloaked behind what is called dark matter and dark energy, which makes up most of the universe. If there is such thing as God, this God or gods would be a cybernetic God or gods in a multiverse. The engineers of the Technoverse may have inherited the Technoverse, but even human civilization is organized like a gigantic computer, circuit board, electronic circuits. Human civilization is basically organized like computer chips. We have a system of machines inside machines inside machines inside machines inside the machine of the Technoverse. Technology is everywhere throughout the universe. All you have to do is look. The universe is a machine for producing life forms and analyzing and scanning these life forms. Humans are very special life forms because humans are sentient. And as previously noted, I believe that humans are biological machines. I believe that human genes are partially programmed, not just by the forces of natural selection and mutations, but by the engineers themselves. I think that they can insert genetic traits in humans and other organisms. They probably do this by somehow modulating the radiation from the sun. It's also not out of the question that humans are avatars for extraterrestrial life forms who are living vicariously through humans and other life forms, or observing our world through our senses. Humans could also be avatars of God, if God exists. Supposedly, God lives in all life, just like all life lives in God. In the system of electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields inside electromagnetic fields is consistent with some kind of remote control system. And as previously noted, this includes the source relay destination system. There is also a very special relationship between the cores of the galaxy, the Earth, the Sun, and humans. A very special relationship indeed.